Yo, we're shooting First We Feast. Shout out to Sean, what up?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, coming at you from Ichiran in Bushwick, Brooklyn, where I'm joined by Andrew and David Fung, AKA the Fung Bros, a YouTube duo that week over week explores the music, cuisine, and culture making waves in Asia and beyond, and that's why we're here at Ichiran, one of Japan's most celebrated ramen chains, to explore one of the world's most treasured cheap eats. I'm talking about the instant noodle. We're gonna be rolling out instant noodles from distinct regions throughout Asia, and then we're gonna step into Ichiran's famous flavor concentration booth to see how it stacks up to the real McCoy. But first things first, you guys spend so much time in New York and LA, spots where you find great ramen bars everywhere you look. Why does the instant noodle hold such a special place in your guys' heart?
Man, I think instant noodles holds a big place in like everybody's hearts growing up at some point, whether you're in college, the broke college student, that's the story. But now the instant noodle game has changed so much and has advanced. Now there's like bowls, there's different oils, there's actual meat in bowls. I think it's a staple of the American diet, I would say, and the global diet at this point.
And I actually think that instant ramen is a lot of people's initial, and maybe for some people, the extent of their exposure to Asian culture.
Well, I could sit and talk ramen with you guys all day, but the stomach's rumbling. It's lunchtime. Let's bring out the first bowl. All right, first up, we're gonna start in China. This is a roasted beef flavored noodle from a brand called Unif. It comes with powdered seasoning, a pack of dried vegetables, and another packet of paste. They are 2 for $3 at Hong Kong Supermarket in Chinatown.
This says in Chinese and Mandarin, this says Hong Shao Nu Rou Mian, which is a red braised beef noodle soup.
Beef noodle soup, hugely popular in China, especially Taiwan. I think it's like the Taiwanese national dish. So this is dope. No, I would definitely put this in like the second or third tier of instant noodles, coming up from your cup of noodles, which is your base, very Americanized flavor, but this has some kick to it.
This is pretty good. I mean, I would say that not that many people are familiar with Chinese instant noodles. And the Chinese and the Southeast Asian ones, they include the oil packets.
I love this. All right, so you have the green onion scallions, you have the little dried chilies. Obviously, it's dehydrated. When it gets into hot water, it's gonna be all cooked. Okay, and then you have the, feels like the powder mix, probably where you'll find your MSG, of course, the magic ingredient. And then this is the oil packet. Now, I know some like parents, like my mom, or like some older people might be like, don't eat the oil, it's like not good oil. Just eat it. I mean, you're not eating instant noodles every day, go for it, make it taste good.
On this, it's our first one, which is a tough thing to rank because you don't know how it's stacking up against the other ones. But here's what I'll say, I'm trying to save room, but I can't. I just keep going for another bite. It's complex, it has some spice to it, some smoke. I'm giving this a solid 4.
I don't want a copycat, but I'm going with 4 too, because I thought on an authenticity level, it is mimicking a bowl of beef noodle soup all right.
I was impressed. This is my first time having instant beef noodle soup that was dry originally, so yeah, 4.
This is the Menraku Japanese tempura soba from the brand Hikari Miso. The soup is flavored with soy sauce and bonito stock, and the noodles are made from wheat flour and buckwheat flour. The bowl also gets topped with some crispy tempura pieces. We got these for $2.49 each at Sunrise Mart in Manhattan. What do you guys know about this bowl?
Yo, I know that this is, when you're reaching about the $2.50, $3 range, first of all, at certain marts, this is $5. But I think at Sunrise,
so we're looking at a premium quality
a little premium,
product.
And here's why. Let me pop the top. So you got the soup base here, and then you have the tempura chip, because you're like, oh, how am I gonna get that tempura flavor in there? This tempura chip has peas, I wanna say, some onions, might even have the little shrimps inside to give you that shrimp tempura feeling. Wow.
The bonito flavor.
Wow.
It's good.
Yo, the bonito flakes, the little shrimp.
The tempura chip?
Dude, that is...
I'm blown away.
Yo.
I'm actually blown away by this bowl.
Yo, I would say almost maybe of the instant noodle game, this might be like a Shake Shack. Shake Shack is on a slightly different price level than everything else, but still kind of considered fast food.
Right. So that's what this is.
Okay.
The Shake Shack of instant noodles. What are you giving it out of 5?
I'm giving it a 5.
Ooh.
Immediately.
Going a perfect 5.
I mean, they gave you the chip in it. I gotta give it a 5, man.
They really do go that extra mile. I'm giving it 4.5 because we still have a few bowls to go, and I don't know where my ceiling is. I reserve the right to crank it up at the end, but now it's time to bring out another course. What we have here is the Samyang hot chicken flavor ramen from Korea. These gained popularity in the last few years because of the viral Fire Noodle challenge. The spiciest variety clocks in at about 8,800 units on the Scoville scale. This one is about half that. We picked it up for $2.99 at H Mart in Koreatown. What can you tell me about this?
All right, this is my first time having this, but I can tell you that a lot of YouTubers have made million hit videos by just trying
This is the YouTube noodle.
This is the YouTube
This is
noodle.
the YouTube noodle.
Samyang, definitely a guy I went to college with, but shout out to them. But the packaging is very advanced. Look, they got the QR code, they have nice graphics. They actually have a heat sleeve here. You can feel it, it's got a little body armor to it. How many Scovilles? 4,000 you said? 440?
I said 4,400. Tastes more than 4,400.
Damn, coming from you, I'm scared for a second. Ooh.
This is a very hot cup of noodles right here.
It's pretty spicy, man. What I can tell you is that after eating a lot of spicy food, there's different types of spices.
Yep.
There's a front spice and a back spice. I want to say this is more of a front spice.
Right now, I feel like it's just aerating my mouth. Like I can feel all the different things that are in this blend. I'm catching them all and they're all hitting me kind of different. It's a full-blown, like, empty the clip of salt on the inside of my mouth right now.
Man.
I determine how hot it is by just how many times I have to inhale. You breathe through your teeth. Or how many times I cough.
You know, you have your own meter, the Scovilles. For me, I just go by the amount of droplets on my nose. So I'm like, okay, yeah, there was some perspiration.
On a scale from 1 to 5, what do you guys bring in here?
I'm giving this a 4.5. This was good.
I'm gonna give it a 5 just because I'm actually a little bit lightheaded right now. So,
You know, I'm gonna give it a 4.2. My mouth is on fire right now, but that doesn't slow down the train one bit because we still have more noodles to eat. Next bowl, please. Last but not least, it's the Ichiran Noodle Kit. This package seeks to mimic Ichiran's famous pork-based ramen. It's often viewed as one of the best instant noodles in Japan, and a 3-pack costs $39. So we are working our way up. You know, instant ramen, I wonder from your guys' perspective, is it supposed to be cheap, or are these higher end luxury premium kits worth the price sometimes?
I think it's worth it. It's a rainy day, you're in your apartment, you're not heading whatever 10, 20, 30 streets in whatever direction to go get premium ramen. You can have premium ramen at your house. Who said that instant ramen had to be cheap?
and I have no doubt that Ichiran did a great job of packaging their soup and everything. You know, I can feel it. It's real thick. That is the tonkatsu that I'm used to. Like a jelly pack.
Oh, that was good.
Good. This came out of the bag.
You can taste and feel in the quality of the noodles that we have a major upgrade compared to what we've eaten today.
That is true.
Man.
And we didn't even eat really like the bottom tier today.
No.
We went from level 2 to 3 to 4.
Yeah. This might be level 5. Like this is off that. This is like skip a step. I mean, this is actually how you can buy a lot of noodles at the Asian Mart.
It's a 5 to me. I think it's the best bowl that we've had today.
It's a 5. I mean, it tastes like that restaurant quality.
Well, we've had the instant noodles, but how do you know if it stacks up to the real McCoy? You have to go to the solo dining booth. We're gonna have a restaurant bowl. We'll see how it compares to the instant noodles we've had today. Are you gentlemen ready?
I'm locked in.
Let's do it. All right, we've had some of the best instant noodle brands throughout the world, but how do they stack up to one of the best chef-made bowls of ramen in New York City? Here we are in the solo dining booths. The Fung Bros, maybe they hopped in a car, maybe they hopped in a taxi, maybe they're gone. I feel totally alone in the sensory deprivation chamber. Time to just dive right in and see how the instant noodles stack up.
For the record, we are still here.
I'm here, bro.
Shout out.
I'm here.
I'm just alone in a booth next to you.
Well, I'm super excited to try this. I've actually seen this in many YouTube videos, but I have not been in the sensory deprivation booth myself.
I just know things taste better when you're just concentrated on the food. Also, I like how the elevation of the table is closer to your face, so you're closer to the bowl, so there's less spillage and less splattering. The thickness of the tonkatsu is unmatched. The heat, the noodles are still different, cooked to perfection.
Oh, this is up there in terms of some of the best that I've ever had, easily.
It's not surprising, you know, like the difference between making noodles yourself and going to a good Italian restaurant, you're gonna have a real change in the dining experience. You can obviously taste the difference in basically every ingredient.
Hey, you know, you could do push-ups and sit-ups in your house too.
But it ain't like going to Equinox, all right? And seeing a hot girl, and then all of a sudden you got your second wind, and you got another mile on the treadmill, you got another 25 pounds on the squat. You know, that's just life. Hit the restaurant, splurge a little bit, treat yourself. You deserve it. Well, there you have it, the ramen commandments, and if you heard it from the Fung Bros, you know it's gospel. Till next time, internet, check out this slurp.